I don't. It feels, one of those kind of things when you hear the music and you just want to go back to bed and pull the duvet over.
Yeah, wake up, wake up. Wake up and come and earn your money.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. It's a beautiful morning here in Tesano, Accra, Ghana. Yes, we're excited to be hosting you once again. My name is David Citi.
And I am Frima Duname. And somebody help me tell David to wake up, because, it feels like such morning, but no. It definitely ain't one. And so we are here, and it is our duty to ensure we serve you the best of the well-balanced breakfast, and that is what we are here to do. So do stay with us from now to 10 a.m., where we bow out and still give you the chance to enjoy all the beautiful programs on Citi TV.
Absolutely. What's up with the weather these days?
Well, the weather, we all are at the mercy of the weather, so we rather have to plan around the weather. But it's okay. We call it showers of blessings. Yeah. But yesterday, so I was watching 30 Minutes, and there was some heavy rains during a funeral, and we got some strong prayer tower members, caboding and trying to stop the rain. And I said, of course, why not? Yeah. If traditional rulers can say that they can chant and let the rain stop. The prayer tower people can stop the rain.
Has access to the
no, but it was just a beautiful sight to behold, because they were holding the canopies and praying, casting out the rain. So that's what I'm talking about. But of course, I'm sure some people elsewhere are also praying for heavy rains, especially farmers. But my only worry when it comes to the rains are our situation as a people, and the fact that when it even drizzles, we have floods in certain areas.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, the last few days, I think since about Thursday, Friday, the weather's been like this, but we haven't really recorded any major flooding or anything like that. It hasn't come up. No. So I find it interesting because somebody made a comment on Saturday and said that this is the kind of rain that the farmers like, which is it's not heavy, it's soft. It comes and stops, and it just comes, and it's just drizzling, and then it will stop, then it will drizzle, then it will stop. It's just in the air.
You love it more when you are on leave, right? Because you don't really have to do so much, and you're really not going anywhere, and it gives you some kind of cozy feeling and all that. But if you have to be at work,
every day
if you have to go out on an assignment, and this is the condition. But there's not much we can do about it, so maybe we can take our
let's take a look at the quote of the day today, some words of inspiration to pick us up. Yes, this one is an African proverb, and it says, a family is like a forest. When you're outside it, it's dense. And when you're inside, you can see that each tree has its place. Yeah, this is absolutely right.
Oh, yes.
Your perspective from the outside is actually quite different from what's really happening on the inside.
We say this in Chi that ebusiante se kwaye, but eduebia wonisibre.
Thank you.
So it is a collection of trees that give us the forest.
Yes.
So it means that we all need to build ourselves, develop ourselves individually, but come together to be a stronger force. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, I mean, for me, I think it's just about the two perspectives, one from the outside, one from the inside, knowing that, look, if from the inside, even though we are individuals, if we stand together, we appear as a mightier force than we would be individually.
Yeah.
And then from the outside, don't also try to overthink it when you don't understand what's going on inside, because they are family members. They know what's going on
and when
inside.
You see, when you're outside and you see, a family or a group or a team doing so well, also just know that it is the individual contribution. All right? So you don't sit back and think that, okay, so I see team A doing so well, I want some.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
It looked that beautiful from the outside, but it means that everyone's contribution
your individual
counts.
people, they don't play ball well, so how will you perform?
I mean, it should let you know that this is how we do it at Man City. You know that everybody is a big force to reckon with. And so if you are Liverpool, if you are Chelsea, don't think that we just want to beat City. It means that build your strength.
Hey, there no stray bullet
hit you. All right.
Yeah, well, Arsenal did well last night.
Charlie, eka kitty,
Kitty, small
kitty.
Small pet. I will be singing a different story this morning.
Because last time everything happens, so red card was inside, the losing and all that. At a point, they had about 8 to 9 defenders. I said, that's what you're talking about.
Anyway, so let's remind you of a few things. Now, you know that last weekend was the weekend of the acoustics, yes, for the Voice Factory. It was beautiful. Now, we have repeats for you as well this week. Okay, so you don't want to miss out on the repeats every day. Apart from Friday, every day at midday, the repeats are on. So you don't want to miss that. Of course, if you want to watch some of the playbacks also online, yes, you can go to YouTube and our YouTube channel. That's Voice Factory. And you can find all the playbacks there nicely for you. And do subscribe to the channel and just type in Voice Factory on YouTube and you will get it right there, okay? All right, so we want to say a really, really big thank you to Ebony Condoms, to Nalo Solutions, to Eddie's Pizza, to McBerry Twist Cupcakes, and to Copan Hospitality for sponsoring the Voice Factory, and also to say a big thank you to Alisa Hotels, the Nash Beauty Parlor, and Stitch by Winia for supporting us as well. All right, so this is Ghana. Time is upon us.
It is. The countdown is really on, and I'm excited about this. No, but just a quick reminder to all those who have registered, and for those who have not registered, I don't think you should even bother.
Because at this point,
I mean, it looks like by tomorrow, by Thursday, we'll have to close registration. And it also means that if you have registered but have not made payment, you are on your way of losing your spot. And so you have today, tomorrow to do the needful. And we are all, you know, marching to the AMA forecourt. That is on Saturday and on Sunday. We're no longer talking about 26th and 27th, you know. Now we are counting the days, we're counting the hours. And so on Saturday and Sunday, we will be meeting at the AMA forecourt at 10 a.m. for the exhibition of a lifetime. So if you find yourself to be a local SME, a startup, a homegrown business, an innovation, or an indigenous corporate body, make sure, and if you have registered, make sure that you make your payments now, and let's meet at the AMA on Saturday. Now, if you require any further details, kindly give us a call on 0205-973-973. This is happening, and this is how you tell the world about everything and anything you have been up to.
Absolutely. Thank you very much to MTN Momo, to Nalo Solutions, to Pan-African Savings and Loans, to SNV Ghana, and of course the new kid on the block who's joined us is EK Brand Consult. Thank you to you as well for sponsoring This is Ghana Fair and Exhibition. And don't forget that whilst all this is going on, we are prepping, and the students are prepping. They're just a few weeks away from the grand finale, the quiz competition of the Literacy Challenge, the 7th of October. It's happening live. You don't want to miss that, all right? So read wide, study everything, keep the channels buzzing, international news, local news, everything, because, you know, it's general knowledge. But,
you know, it's so impressive how the young people are so knowledgeable about everything and anything. Because I remember last year during the top 10 quiz, you know, they were being asked certain questions. You know, when
the Queen had just passed, and then there was all kinds of questions about England and
you know,
Queen,
sometimes if you're not careful as an adult, you're ignorance, you know, will expose you because they were asked certain questions. The moment the quiz mistress read the question, I asked myself, but how are they supposed to know? Then they answered. I'm like, oh my, let me just keep quiet and sit down. And so it's going to be happening. And as we move on, we'll give you more details as to where it's happening. And really, we are very excited about it, because when young people show that they are very knowledgeable, at least if for nothing at all, it gives us some hope, you know, as a nation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's get into the dailies.
Sure.
The dailies for the day.
Right.
Lots of interesting things happening.
Every day things are happening, and this is what makes Ghana Ghana.
I know,
you know,
right?
we always say that you can't even be sad in this country peacefully,
man,
not even when you want to.
No, you can't.
We won't allow you. All right, so we'll start with the daily graphic. Now on the front page, expediting national development, all must champion common goal. This is Fifi Kwete speaking. Presbyterian Church expresses concern about state of country. But is the presbytery that the vice president visited, right?
Yes. So they're having a synod.
Okay.
You see, so it's like a national thing that is happening ahead.
Yeah.
So there's a few days, so there's a lot of conversations and things happening there, yeah.
Great. Now, still on the front page, support for government in 2020-2022 due to crisis. This is BOG speaking. You know, BOG has been speaking and they've had a lot of explanation to do. Use all 1,500 centers for voters registration exercise.
All right. The Ghanaian Times has these headlines. It says here, create more registration centers. Political parties appeal to EC. MPP announces 17 venues nationwide for super delegates election. Has a photo there of Stephen Intim. 30 million Ghana Citi arrears owed free SHS suppliers to be cleared. This is NAFCO speaking. And Ghana ready to become entrepreneurial hub. This is coming from Mr. Nkansa. Right.
Right now, moving on to the Finder. Cost of new headquarters not bloated, $2,068 per square kilometer is competitive. This is BOG speaking. 12 SHS to offer aviation and aerospace courses next academic year. This is the Education Minister, Dr. Educhum, there. Debt written off to cause our loss accumulated since 1992. This is BOG. Now, NPP outlaws private security at Super Delegates Conference. Government pays 85% of debt owed food suppliers. This is according to NAFCO. And on the Niger coup, let's use diplomatic interventions. This is Sheikh Usman Nuhu Sharubutu, that's the National Chief Imam, talking.
Okay. I have the Daily Guide next, and it says here, centralized registration will deprive Ghanaians. Okay, we also have, I don't want John Mahama drama. Oh, okay.
Who is that?
Well, there's a picture of Miss Bell.
Oh yeah, I saw that. 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 She said that she doesn't have the former president's number, and she was asked, "But do you want it?" She said, "No, I'm okay like this. I don't want any drama." And then she added, "Ooh, this is going to be headlines." Like, so spot on.
60 billion Ghana cedis was technical loss. BOG fights back. MPP ready for Saturday. NDC stages protest against Addison.
Now, on the front page of the Economy Times, job availability increases by 3.5%. FDI's value rises marginally end 2022. Now, Ghana is only ECOWAS country in debt distress. This is AFDB, that's the African Development Bank. Yeah.
Okay, let me just do a few stories from an online portal. That's the citynewsroom.com. You can go there for your credible news updates. Now, the big one here is youth gambling, a ticking time bomb. This is coming from Pius Hajide, defending the 10% betting
the
tax.
point of view last night.
What was it that stood out for you?
I mean, how you're struggling to explain to us, you know, the reason for the betting tax. You know? And I felt like Supaya says that, you know, the youth, we have to check them and betting and on morality and all that. And I was like, but we are every day still registering more betting companies. Yeah. You know, so it's about morality. Let's just stop everything.
Yeah. I honestly, I think we should be more straight up about some of the things, right?
I mean, it's about money. So
we are raking in income. We're raking revenue. That's it. It's as simple as that. Let's not, you know, try and find other reasons, whatever. It's revenue. That's what it's about.
If you're talking about morality, well, we have a lot of things that we should be moral about it.
Anyway, these headlines here, we have MPP pledges transparent August 26th Super Delegates Conference. We also have NAFCO to build warehouses, revamp abandoned silos ahead of PFJ grain harvest. And Frema Osei Opare.
I thought you were calling me.
Yeah, I know, right? Eligible to vote in Special Delegates Conference, MPP Elections Committee. And finally, the big one of the top trending stories here is mini cars meant to replace Okada have not been left to rot.
That's the Koda
Yes.
cars, right?
They've not been left to rot. So what's happening to them? Because they're even changing colors in the sun. Oh.
You continue.
Okay. All right. You know what? A lot of sporting activities have been happening over the weekend and continued yesterday. Sports is next. All right, so on the sporting front, we have some news from Manchester United's Mason Greenwood. Now, Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood will leave the club by mutual agreement after a 6-month internal investigation into his conduct. Now, Greenwood was arrested in January following allegations surrounding material that was published online. Now, charges against the 21-year-old England international, including attempted rape and assault, were dropped on February 2nd, 2023. He was arrested in January 2022. Now, United said in a statement, all those involved, including Mason, recognize the difficulties with him recommencing his career at Manchester United. It has therefore been mutually agreed that it will be most appropriate for him to do so away from Old Trafford, and we will now work with Mason to achieve that outcome. Greenwood, whose contract at Old Trafford runs till 2025, could now be sold or loaned to another club for the remainder of his contract. He remains on full payment but will not return to training with United. I don't know what you make of this story, Frima. You know, and he's not the only one. You know, Mendy too had an issue like that, and that was also overturned. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I just think circumspection. We just need to be careful. That's all. You know.
Charlie.
Yeah. Anyway, Arsenal. On Premier League news, Arsenal beat Crystal Palace on Monday evening at the Selhurst Park to record their second straight win of the season. After a goalless first half, the Gunners took the lead in the 54th minute through a penalty from captain Martin Odegaard after Eddie Nketiah was brought down in the area. Arsenal had to fight hard for the win with 10 men after Takehiro Tomiyasu was sent off for 2 bookings or offenses in the 67th minute. Well done to Arsenal. And in athletics, this is one of my favorite sporting activities. American Sha'Carri Richardson won the women's 100-meter title in championship record time of 10.65 seconds in the World Athletics Championships in Hungary. Now, Richardson started in lane 8 and executed a very good race to beat Jamaica's Shericka Jackson, who came in second with a time of 10.72 seconds, and Shelley Ann Fraser-Price, who came in third with a time of 10.77 seconds. Britain's Dinah Asher-Smith finished 8th after qualifying as the fastest loser from the semi-finals. Now, Richardson's victory means the U.S. won both the men's and the women's titles after Noah Lyles won on Saturday. Yeah, you know, the Americans have been fighting hard since the Jamaicans started to come on the world scene and dominate. You know, they've been fighting hard, really hard. And so this must be very nice for the Americans this time to have both the women and the women's. For in the 80s and the 90s, they were dominating like crazy. You couldn't pass the Americans. Then all of a sudden, in the 2000s, the Jamaicans showed up and then started, And my question is, where are the Ghanaians? Where are the Ghanaians?
Well, the Ghanaians, we have the GFA elections coming, and so vetting is ongoing, you know. And for us, everything is about...
We used to have Miles Mills and all these other people, and they would always show up in international competitions. But, you know, it's like, I don't know. Look, there's somebody in the finals, the men's finals, there was somebody from Kenya, okay? I think he came fourth in their race. There was somebody from Botswana, he came second. Okay, this is what we're talking about. No, but it doesn't just happen.
Of course. Now, this means that we should also pay attention to
and even in the women's,
in our senior high schools.
An Ivorian.
Yeah, so now you ask yourself, what has become of our Intercore and the super zonals and all that, and I think that this is where the grooming starts from, and so we just need to pay attention. I would really love that the sports minister and the education minister, as we are looking at better ways of improving academic work, let's also not forget that there are those who are also extremely good in sports. And I remember back then there were actually concessions given to people who are coming as sportsmen and sportswomen. And
as it should be.
Exactly, and this is very important. I don't even know if we still...
It's called holistic development, of a human being.
Exactly.
So some people will be good at different things, others will be good at other things. And
this is where we scout for the best, to go represent the nation. So if we are not really paying attention to their development, at that level, I don't know at what stage we want to now get the athletes that we are talking about. And I mean, they've been...
As for us, there's wishes in Kwa.
Let's continue dreaming.
We won't develop it. We'll just expect dreaming.
That those who are doing all of a sudden, we'll come and sit and talk about them and clap for them. So let's sit down and just dream. Everything is dreams, and we are wishing.
It's very some way.